What's going on, world? It's your man T-Ray the Violinist here, and we are back for episode 5 of Strings and Dreams, where we talk all things business and all things music. This week's episode, we're going to be talking about part 2 of support. Okay, so last week we talked about support from the entrepreneur and artist perspective, and this week we're going to talk about both sides. And we have a couple special guests here. We got my girl Kia of SupanovaFit and Black Thighs Matter. So if you've ever seen this shirt out and about New Orleans, across the nation, probably the world as well,
yes,
right?
Yes.
She is the mind behind that. And then we have here
Hi, DJ Rockaway.
Famous guy.
DJ Rockaway. I know him as Javon personally, but he is DJ Rockaway, DJ, full-time DJ and curator, and the leader of the Away team. All right, so today we're going to talk about support part 2 of last week's episode, and I kind of talked about it from a business owner and artist perspective. So I just want to get y'all's opinion to give to the people about your perception of what you feel is support from just a consumer standpoint, and then also as a entrepreneur. So ladies first.
Okay, well, I'll say support can come in a couple of different forms. Ultimately, we want it to translate into monetary as entrepreneurs, because that's our bread. But sometimes you have to understand that sometimes people don't have it, and they do have good intentions. With me being a consumer of a lot of things, of the Away team at first, so sometimes you can't purchase or pay to do this. So maybe a share on social media, or word of mouth, telling a friend, and that can easily translate into what you ultimately want to do. So I think support does come in many different forms, and sometimes we as entrepreneurs have to be more understanding and sometimes patient, but also on the consumer side, do your part. I pretty much, like, when I started supporting the Away team, I was, going to events. I was telling people about it. I didn't mind if I had to pay, because sometimes events cannot be free.
Right.
We have to eat too. So just thinking about it on both sides, that, support comes in many different forms.
Mm-hmm. All right. Rockaway.
Yeah, I agree with everything that Kia said. Also, I think feedback is really important. As an artist, as a person that puts time into creating things to give to others, if the people you're giving it to don't say, even if they like it or dislike it, or maybe you could have changed this or changed that, that's very important. Because if I'm putting something out, constantly putting something out, and I'm not getting any feedback, I don't know if you like it, I don't know if it is working. I may think it's great, or I may think it's not, but it matters what I think in order to drive whether it's an event, whether it's a mix, whether it's a t-shirt line or what have you. It's important for me to care about it, to motivate and drive the actual thing. But on the flip side, I need to know that somebody cares that I'm doing it, and if they care, why do they care, or why don't they care as much? You said money. You said you showing up is really important. Sometimes showing up may be difficult. You work at the time this monthly event occurs, or you are out of town, or what have you. So that's when I can't show up, but I could tell a couple people, like he said, spreading the word. The events, in my particular case, the events that I have, they're successful because other people told other people. Not necessarily because I gave out flyers or because I was important when I started. It was like people was like, yo, this is cool. So they told 5 people. Those 5 people told 5 more people, so on and so forth. And so things continue to grow and maintain over time. I'm trying to think of what else. There's feedback, there's time, money, of course. That's easy. Money it's hard to ask people for money though, because it's like, when you flip to being a consumer, I've been out, I still go out sometimes and I'm like, I ain't got cash on me. Or,
You don't have money.
Yeah. Like it's August 28th and somebody trying to, somebody just came out with a new set of shirts. You just paid your rent, you just paid your car note, you just paid your light bill.
Right.
I ain't got $25 today, or I don't have it to spend right now. Can you, whatever? But even then, you have to communicate as a consumer. You got to communicate. I don't have blank because of blank. Because on the flip, the artist might be like, "Oh man, they don't want to support." If you just say, if you just throw your hand up or whatever. So be clear on both ends. And as an artist, be accommodating, because if somebody wants to support you, you need to figure out how to allow that person to apply support to whatever it is you're doing. So if somebody says, "Yo, I want to come to your events, but I don't have Facebook." All right, cool. What's your number? I'll text you. I want to buy your shirt, but I don't have $25 right now. Okay, cool.
Here's my site. You can go on it when you get it.
Yeah, or here's my email list, which works for both of y'all. Here's my email list. I'll let you know when it's back out again, or you can keep up this way. Here's my Instagram. Here's my Facebook. So I think support, aside from monetary, has a lot to do with actually people being clear with each other.
Right.
Communicating.
Yeah, communication is a form of support. It's absolutely a form of support.
Yeah, I think speaking from an artist's perspective, I think that it's important for us as artists and entrepreneurs to have that understanding, because on last week's episode, I spoke about how you may have started something in college. Like me and Javon, we went to college together. We've known each other for 10 years, so
whatever.
We've yes, we got 10 years. but I say that to say, the dynamics of lives change over time, because there's a lot of people who actively supported while we were in college that we hardly see or never see. And it's because people grow up, people move, people have lives.
I mean, personally, I was at the tipping point literally for a good run of 5 years straight every Friday.
Right.
I can't do it right now because my life is different.
Right.
And so, we as artists and entrepreneurs on the other side have to understand that.
Yeah, I think a good example, I have a friend, Torian.
Yeah, shout out to Torian.
Yeah, shout out
he always around.
So when I started Tipping Point, when I started the weight team, Torian was there like every night. We were all in college. He was there with me, drinking, somewhere around the booth, dancing, talking, whatever, supporting it, and with time and with presence. Torian that was 10 years ago.
Right.
Torian has a different life now, so I don't see him as often. But if I do like a special event, or if it's like a lanyard versus a lanyard is a quarterly event versus a weekly event, he's there. If something occurs, like I've been DJing for 11 years, so my 11th anniversary was last month. I get a text from Torian, like out the blue.
Right.
It seems out the blue because I haven't seen him, but it's like, "Yo, keep doing what you're doing," or "Yo, I found this picture of us." That's support too.
Yeah.
Like that's somebody letting you know, "Yo, I care about what you're doing."
Right.
Is absolutely supportive, and you don't have to feel bad, because I think what happens, and I've been in a situation before, I've wanted to do something and I spent so much time thinking, "Oh, I couldn't do the thing like I intended to," instead of thinking about, well, let me just say hey, or let me just say hello, or what have you.
Or send some encouragement.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw it was 2 weeks ago, I did sound bites. And my kid Javon, she performed. She's amazing. I don't see her very often. Usually when I see her, she's performing. I saw her again Wednesday, and I gave her feedback from Thursday, and it wasn't nothing crazy. It wasn't, "Girl, your picture's off." It was, "Yo, you're amazing. I appreciate you being, sharing your gift in this time with us." And that's an amazing thing to tell somebody, regardless if they just perform, regardless of whatever. You got to let people know you care.
I, for one, am so touched when somebody sends me a DM or just a message that maybe have been to boot camp one time, or maybe have never worked out with me ever, but just follow me on Instagram and has tried something that I've recommended, and just to get that feedback, to let me know that, hey, what you're doing does matter.
Right.
We care, even though I can't show up on Saturday, or even though I can't afford a personal session. Like, I'm taking your tips. They're helping. They're not helping. Like, whatever it is, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I've had a multitude of different people reach out to me too, and I've actually, sat down, had coffee with some people that you just became full time. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So we're talking about encouraging that next person who may be looking to be an entrepreneur, or just like getting that reciprocal support, via text. Like Tori shoot me text too, and like it matters.
It does.
It matters.
It
like,
does.
Cause sometimes you
Shout
be
out
like,
to Ashley Lorraine. She be like, "You go, girl,
Yeah.
get it." She's an amazing photographer. Shout out to the tribe, because
Yeah.
Because some days you be like, man, I don't know if I'm doing this right. But you look back at how much you've done, and it's like I have so much further to go.
Yeah.
As just an individual, and I think what's great about the three of us is that we all have a story behind what we've created. It's our life. It's not something that was
it's not
just
fly by night.
fabricated, So we're talking about support for those of y'all just tuning in, and let's talk about the social media aspect of support, and how people kind of perceive support on social media.
That can be a little tricky, because first of all, some people, like their page a certain way and don't want to like repost your flyers or whatever it is, and I completely get that. But then on the other hand, there are people that that I guess feel like, liking it is like a support. And it kind of is a form of support, but I'm going to just need us to dig a little deeper and go a little bit further.
Right.
Because let's think about this. The idea behind the like could be that you get other people to see it once you like it, right? So that's a little bit form of support, but it gets kind of tricky, and I think people don't take the next step.
Right.
To kind of like seal the deal with that whole support system when it comes to social media.
I think when people like things, it's validation for the person who posted it.
Yes.
And
yes.
It's for some people it's on the subconscious end, but some people it's on the forefront.
Right.
So yeah, and I think it varies on social media platforms. So
Yeah, I think it does too. I know, like on Instagram, a like is a share. It's not necessarily the same on Facebook, because Facebook got so much. Like Facebook is the mall, Instagram is the boutique that's blown up.
Yeah.
So I think likes are important. One thing that myself and a lot of my friends do, we might not repost something, but like Clarence will send me a flyer of something, or we screenshot something, and so you're still sharing it. If you're super hype about your manicuring your timeline. Also, there are direct messages. There are, I'm trying to think of other ways, because I absolutely understand, like, especially what Key is saying, like, it would be nice for you to, if somebody, go a step further than just a like. You can send messages, you can send profiles as messages. If you see something, like my sister, Kia recommended a black-owned meal prep service. I sent that to my sister. My sister don't even be on Instagram, so she didn't even know about it, but I sent her a text. She hit the lady up. Long story short, she started dealing with the lady. What you got?
And just on that note, because I had no idea that happened. So just because people aren't like, it helps for the feedback to let us know that maybe you're doing these things. Oh, hey, I recommended you to this, but all the time it isn't there, and it can't happen. So as entrepreneurs on our side, don't automatically jump to think, oh, just because you didn't physically see or hear this person recommending or marketing you, that it's not happening, because people do things on your behalf all the time. So just fall back just a little bit, take a breather, you know what I mean? Don't get so hostile about it, because people are working, and just because you don't see it or know it don't mean it's not happening.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, recommendations are also a very awesome form of support. I love Mike Swift. I love Groove Kid. I usually can't be at their sets, because at the same time it's something that I have going on. But I get a call for somebody looking for a DJ, and I recommend certain people based on
Yes.
I want to support, first of all, but also because, they qualify to do what it is.
Right.
But recommendations are an amazing form of support. Bartering from artist to artist. Bartering is really important. Maybe you have an event coming up and you want a photographer, and maybe you're a painter, or you're a DJ, or you're a violinist.
Or a personal trainer.
So how do you figure out,
Black Lives Matter.
money is cool. Not saying don't do the money thing.
Right.
Money is absolutely cool, but
You be surprised how far bartering can take you.
bartering can get you really far, because if all right, cool, I'm gonna do this. I'm the DJ. I'm gonna do a set for you, and then in return you take the pictures, or I get 5 classes from Kia, or me and trade a set.
And speaking of bartering, I just found this little tidbit of information out. There's actually a whole world of bartering. I'm talking about like household names, businesses that you pass up every single day. There's a network, and they actually barter and they keep tab of the dollar amounts and the services, and you actually can purchase things within that barter system. So there's like vacation places in there. So as I run up my tab, I can actually use those dollars to go on vacation. This is not anything new. This is not just something small within small businesses in the Black community. This is how they grass get greener. So they
Did
doing
you
this.
repost it on Instagram?
I haven't yet because I don't have all of the information. But yes, so
She liked it though. She liked it.
Yeah.
She liked it.
So and I think in closing on this segment, I think that is very important for us to continue focusing our energy moving forward. Because if we are so stuck on I know I have a lot of stuff coming up with my band, and if I'm so stuck on I want to make sure that this person, and this person is at the show, then I miss out on the moment of appreciating the opportunity first, and then the people who are going to be there that may have never been to a T-Ray and D2
and now
show.
they don't have and it kind of takes away from the quality because you're not focused,
Right, you're not
and so
focusing.
now they don't have all of you and you're not full of what you need to do to pour out to other people. So
Right.
you gotta stay focused on what's important.
Yeah.
What's the goal? Everything else will come.
Definitely. So, thank y'all for coming on
Thank you
today.
for having
me.
So, social media information.
SupanovaFit, SupanovaFit. That's Instagram. My Facebook is Kia Clark, Keya Clark, no E. Twitter is Supernova Key, Supernova_Key, and my website is supernovafit.bigcartel.com for all of your merchandise needs.
All right, Rockaway.
At RQAWAY on all social media platforms. Also DJRockaway.com. And my brand is at What Is Away Team on all social media platforms, and whatisawayteam.com for brand info, event info, and merchandise. You can buy this shirt on there.
All right, cool. Thank y'all for tuning in for this week's episode of Strings and Dreams. I'm your man T-Ray the Violinist. You can also follow me on Instagram at T_Ray the Violinist. Facebook is T-Ray the Violinist. Twitter is at T-Ray Violinist. And then my website is traytheviolinist.com. Thank you again to our special guests for coming on. Make sure you follow these two and support their brands. Next week, we're going to be talking about, this is strictly for artists, okay? We're going to be talking about being an artist and being taken seriously, okay? So, tune in for next week's episode, and remember, it's never too late to make your dreams a reality, all right? Peace.
T-Ray.